All right, welcome back to the show. At this time, we are joined by Jabari Small from Briarcrest Christian in Eads, Tennessee. Jabari is also commit to the University of Tennessee. Welcome to the show, Jabari.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey, we appreciate you taking some time and being with us, and we want to start by talking about your commit to the University of Tennessee, a program that Jeremy Pruitt seems to have back on the rise and headed in the right direction. So we want to start right there and just ask, what was it about the University of Tennessee that made you know this was a place that you wanted to continue your academic and athletic career?
Well, I feel like it was this season, that this past season, they came out to a rough start, but that's how they responded. They won like eight straight. They won the bowl game, and I love to see coaches coach very well in critical times. So when everything's not going right, and they can still coach very good and get the message across and be a leader for the team, I want to play for a coach like that.
Absolutely. We talked about the improvement that this team has had under Pruitt, especially last season, that got off to a bit of a rough start. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, A, the players that were there before he arrived have fully bought into the program now, and B, the players that are recruiting are now beginning to fill important positions. And I know that Coach Pruitt is excited about having you join that program. Now, I do want to ask you because so many times we talk about the head coach when we talk about recruiting, but a lot of the work that is done and the relationships that are built are with the assistant coaches. And almost every time I have a recruit on here, I like to talk to him about the assistant coaches that he's built a relationship with, because those will be the coaches that they'll spend the most time with, they'll be in the most meetings with. And so, who are some of the assistant coaches that you've been able to build relationships with thus far?
Well, at first, like when I was going through my recruitment, I was getting recruited mostly by Coach Pruitt himself and Coach Yak Johnson, who is now at Florida State. But when I was getting recruited, like the new running back coach who came in, he's from Texas A&M, and Texas A&M had offered me too. So I already had a strong relationship with Coach Jay Graham, the running back coach there now. So I really had a great relationship with the offensive coordinator, Coach Cheney. They came to the house, and I've been talking a lot with Coach Jay Graham too. So I was ready to get started and get to work.
Once again, we're talking to Jabari Small from Briarcrest Christian in Eads, Tennessee, who is also a commitment to the University of Tennessee. Jabari, I want to talk about your relationship with Coach Jeremy Pruitt. He's a guy that I've been a big fan of for a lot of his career. He came out of the high school ranks to be a defensive back coach, goes to Florida State as defensive coordinator, and even though Florida State had been this historic program, they have the best defense statistically they've ever had under Jeremy Pruitt. He leaves to Georgia, rebuilds that defense, and then heads to Alabama, and they cause more turnovers and sacks and interceptions and things of that nature than any team that they had ever had. And so he's really had an impressive resume throughout his career, but we only know the professional side of him. We see the side that he allows us to see, and for good reason. He has to guard much of what he shares with us as media members, and as fans, we only see a certain side of him as well. But as a recruit, you have him in your home. He talks to your parents. He shares what his plans are for you and for the next several years of your life, and even after that, many times. So, what kind of relationship have you been able to build with Coach Jeremy Pruitt?
I think he's a very great coach. Obviously, he's a very honest person. Also, he's very genuine. He loves and cares about his players, but at the same time, it's like tough love. He's going to be real with you. He's going to coach you hard, and he's going to develop you into player you want to be. So, I feel like he's going to be that right coach to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely. And I love to hear a player who loves to be coached, that wants the coach to get the very best out of him. And speaking of hard, you attended Briarcrest Christian again in Eads, Tennessee, which is known as one of the tougher academic and athletic schools in the state of Tennessee. And I'm just curious what it was like to be a part of that Briarcrest family as you try to balance the demand for academics as well as the excellence in athletics.
It was a great time. You know what I mean. I learned a lot of lessons. it developed me. I went through a tough transition from it, from eighth grade to ninth grade because I went there when I was a ninth grader. So academically, it was challenging at first, but it gets you ready for college, and it's one of the best decisions I could have made. So athletically also, it's a tough. We're in a tough division, so we play a lot of D1 players. So a lot of players that's going to Tennessee from my division also. So it just prepares you academically and athletically at a very high level.
Once again, we're talking to Jabari Small from Briarcrest Christian in Eads, Tennessee. Jabari, I think you've already got an idea, but going to a school like Briarcrest is really going to be beneficial to you because one of the most difficult things when a player gets to college is learning the type of time management that it requires to be great on the athletic field, but also be efficient in the classroom as well, to understand time management, to understand the amount of sacrifice that it takes. And schools like Briarcrest really prepare you for those type things. Now, I do want to ask you about your preparation for your arrival at Tennessee. I believe you arrive in May, correct?
Yes, sir. May 26th. At least right now, some things may change with the coronavirus, but right now, it's May 26th. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Now, I know that's exciting for you, and I know that the coronavirus unfortunately has slowed probably some of the things that you'd like to be doing to prepare for that right now. But what are some of the things that you're looking to improve upon before you arrive on campus and before fall starts?
Definitely my speed. Staying in shape, just getting faster. My strength also, not so much gaining weight. I'm at 195, and I want to make sure I'm putting the right weight on by the right coaches. You know what I mean? So I just want to stay at the same weight, just get stronger and faster. And as far as like my actual game, just make sure I'm staying sharp. Just make sure I'm staying steady catching the ball, staying with quick feet, and I'm just being ready at all times. So I'm just trying to sharpen up on everything. You can never get too satisfied. So it's always room for improvement.
All right, Jabari, I know that a lot of our listeners on the radio and many of our viewers on the Dr. SEC TV network are going to want to follow closely your career at Tennessee. Where's the best place for them to follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Twitter at JMS4 underscore. Yeah.
Absolutely. Once again, Jabari Small, Briarcrest Christian, Tennessee University of Tennessee commit. Jabari, we appreciate so much you taking some time and being with us, and we would love to get you on the show again soon.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Okay. Thank